Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready?
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Hello and welcome back to the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Cam, both series in the NHL Conference Finals were short. You thought they were going to be long. I thought they'd be short. I thought they'd both be sweeps, but I picked Dallas, not Edmonton. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess half pat on the back, but like not
Yeah,
really.
you get one instead of like three. But I got to give you credit. I got to be honest with you. Dallas had chances, but okay, how do I say this? The way things ended with like the way DeBoer sold out Ottinger. I know he didn't play well, but
dude, that was
that decision to go to Casey DeSmith, and I have a lot of disagreements with some people on this subject, but I'll stick by my guns. I think it was ridiculous. Casey DeSmith hasn't played in goddamn, like the guy hasn't played in months. And another thing is, it's not just the team. They hung out Ottinger to dry. There was no back check. These guys are open in the slot. And then you have a chance to put him back when DeSmith lets in a shitty goal.
Yeah.
And then you don't. So you know what, DeBoer, and I find out, I'm watching some reports, and according to Marty Bureau at TSN, these guys still haven't hashed it out. Like, be a man and call your...
Yeah, DeBoer said as of yesterday that he still hasn't talking to Jake Ottinger.
So here's the deal. Imagine I'm working for your network full time, okay? And I screwed up. Well, you guys let me screw up. But I really, really screwed up. And I don't hear anything from anybody, and I'm thinking there's no communication. Like, the fact that a grown man and a coach of the hockey team is not even saying, hey, dude, and he threw him under the bus in the press conference. He let in this many goals. Okay, here's the thing. Ottinger, yes, does he always get tired as the playoffs go on? Yes, this is something that's been going on for years. He seems to lose energy.
Hey,
but
Pete DeBoer lost 6 of the last 7 conference finals.
I know, and he's had great team. He had the Vegas Golden Knights, the Sharks when they were really, really good, when they had Joe Thornton back then, the New Jersey Devils. I can go on and on and on. And the Dallas Stars, great team. He's had top 3 and 4 teams in the league, and he still hasn't got it done. And by the way, I think DeBoer's a crap coach, and the way he handles his players. Do you want to play for a guy like this? I can tell you one thing. If this guy was my boss, I wouldn't want to even go to work. The way he sold out Ottinger is a statement of the team, too. You mess up with one guy, you're messing with the team. Dude, that was so weak, Pete. Like, that's just, I don't know how you sleep at night.
I know he's got Jared Bednar's numbers, so you can call me a salty Colorado fan all you want. He's 4-0 against him in the playoffs. But he's just, the way he complains in the media post-game about the referees, about his players. It's like, dude, take some accountability. It's like, I didn't have my guys ready. And like, honestly, Cam, if you're willing to pull Ottinger after 2 goals in the first, he shouldn't have been started. Like, if his leash is that short, why are you starting the guy?
Excellent point, Drew. That's another thing. You called the timeout. There was no need to change the goalie. The timeout was to get the team back, and then you don't. And another thing, the assistants and everybody don't even tell. Like, you got to give the guy a warning. There was no warning. Like, if you pulled me out as a goaltender, I'd be seething. I got to hand it to Ottinger.
He told him to get out, and Ottinger's like, no, I'm staying in.
Yeah.
If my goalie says, no, I'm staying because he's confident, I'm like, all right, cool, stay in the net. Like,
and the thing is, DeSmith let in a horrible goal when he first came in. He just pokes it right back to the Edmonton guy.
Oh, no, he poked it.
Dallas
he poked
screwed
it right
up, man. Dallas
instead of covering it.
Wow. The thing is,
I couldn't believe when Pete DeBoer looks at Audrey, he points at him, he's like, oh, like he's like some child, like a toddler. Like you're.
I know. It's like you're. Yeah, I know. Anyway, Drew, the bottom line is this: the Dallas Stars are close, but it's kind of like the situation. I'm not going to compare them to the Leafs because they go farther, but
I can't believe, Cam, their team is so deep and they just couldn't score against Edmonton. Edmonton doesn't have good defense. Like,
let's call it out for what it is, too. Skinner picked up his game. He really stepped up. Like, he made saves that were... But Edmonton, one thing they do, and we talk about it on our shows, Drew, and you guys know, you guys do a lot of hockey shows, they got long, lean defensemen with reach. So they kept Dallas to the outside a little
Evan
bit.
Bouchard, Cam, sucks in the regular season defensively, but he just steps up in the
playoffs. I know. He's almost benched. Well, that's the thing. I don't mind a guy who's shitty in the regular season if you're going to play great in the playoffs. And same with Nurse. Nurse is defensive liability sometimes. He's stepping it up. Like, that's the thing about the Oilers. And I'll give McDavid all the credit in the world. This guy, his will to win is actually...
Did you see the stat?
I love it.
I
love that guy.
53% of his playoff games, he has 2 points or more.
Yeah.
He has less games with 1 point or less than he does with 2 points in his playoff career. That's
Nugent
insane.
Hopkins on fire. Corey Perry was like me. This guy drank more than me. He looks like the fountain of youth. This guy is scoring goals. Drew, honestly, that's like old man strength. Like, he's one of those guys. He's like, I'm not going to be denied. Every team. No,
it's his 6th Stanley Cup final, Cam.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Corey Perry could go down as one of the most underrated. Like, let's talk about his career. The guy, all he does is show up for teams in the playoffs. He scores big goals. He hurts people. Like once in a while, he'll take a stupid penalty, but that's the way he plays. He's on the edge.
I saw since he's come in the league, he has more games in the playoffs than any franchise in the NHL.
He is that's damn underrated. And this guy partied his ass off. How old is he? 40?
I think he's 38 or 30.
Dude, he's 40. I think he might be 40.
He's 40 exactly?
Like, you know what? This guy is exactly 40. Just off the top of my head.
40, you're right.
Oh my God. And he's playing against these kids? Like, are you kidding me?
And he's not just playing, Cam, he's scoring.
I don't know what Corey Perry does. Like, and the thing is, Drew, the guy was a party machine and he's still doing this. Like, imagine this guy actually, like, I think he lost. Remember, I said, we talked about this when we first started doing it. And we talked about Perry. It's on show months and months ago. Might even been like a year ago, but he lost that weight. He left Chicago, got a little bit like tuned at a party. He's like, okay, we're done. But this couldn't have been a better landing spot for the guy because he's the perfect old guy to help with the young guys. The Edmonton is a nice mix of like youth.
He's leading the Oilers in goals in the playoffs.
Corey Perry. I got to hand it to this guy. What a player. And that's what I achieved to be. An old guy who still gets it done.
Well, and you have to credit him, Cam. He's changed his game through his career. Like he used to be the winger, the sniper down the wing with speed. And now he's like, oh, I'm older now. I got to be the physical, gritty guy, score the shitty goals. And like, not a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys still try to hang on to like their prime style of play. And he's like, no. I'm a third, fourth line.
I'm looking at Jamie Benn, who's like a monster, and Corey Perry's going to the front of the net and doesn't mind getting beat up. He scores all those greasy goals.
Jamie Benn, his age is clearly affecting him. I think he had 1 point in 15.
I hate to say it, but like Ben looks like he's older, and Perry's like getting younger, like Benjamin Button. They're going the other way.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ben retires this offseason, and like Corey Perry, I'm like, I can't see him retiring, even though he's 40.
Corey Perry's good for a couple more years. This guy played until he's 44 or something like that. Anyway, kudos to the Oilers, but Drew, I think Dallas, like. A lot of people think Edmonton is the better team. I disagree. I think
Dallas just didn't play well.
I just think Dallas really screwed up and they had a bad game plan. So out of all the sports too, and you played hockey. I think hockey, the coach is the least, like, it's one of those things, like if you know the game, you could figure it out. But the
players need to do it.
But the crux of being a coach is what are the things that you need to do? Have your players prepared, as you said at the start of the show, and know situations and adaptability. That's what you have to do as a coach. When they're doing something, you have to have a counter punch. And DeBoer was basically a deer in the headlights. I don't think he did his team any service. And you know what? Knobloch did a great job. He looks like a Bankman investor. Like that's a guy I trust with my mortgage more than the guys I deal with. Dude, I would deal with that guy. Like I'm going to his office. He's trying to help me. He's actually underrated as a coach. The Oilers play for him, and he never sells anybody out.
Yeah, I'd say. Also, Cam, like their studs just didn't show up. Mikko Rantanen 1 goal in his last 10 playoffs.
That's another thing. Rantanen,
he was on fire after the Colorado series into the beginning of the Winnipeg series, but since like game 3 against Winnipeg, just where'd this guy go?
Can I use an NFL reference? He's like Tyreek Hill. You got to give him the puck or the ball early because once he's uninvolved, he checks out. He's not a guy that can get like he needs to score early and then he's like, yay, it's my night. And then if he doesn't, he's one of those guys. Like he just doesn't.
He gets rolling.
He needs to start his motor early, but. Drew, on the other hand, too, here's another thing. This guy was my favorite.
How about them breaking Roope Hintz's foot and not getting suspended for it?
I know.
And then he slashes him again the next game on the same foot.
Got to hand it to him. That's playoff hockey, buddy. Deal with it.
That's crazy. Though.
Look at the Panthers did with the sneaky elbow to Stolarz. Like you can get away with those.
Hey, it was an accident. He didn't mean to.
Yeah, friends.
And he did the same thing to Freddie Anderson too. You saw that? Punched Anderson in the head, and he's like, "Oh, whoops."
Hey, man, Florida, I told you, these guys will like sell their mother down the river to win a Stanley Cup. Other teams won't. That's the difference.
Yeah. Speaking of the Eastern Conference Final, Cam, Rod Brind'Amour now 1-12 all time in Eastern Conference Final games. Just what do you think of Brind'Amour? Is he gone? Is he still there?
Of course, he's still there. He signed a contract, but I'm going to say this, and who cares? Like these guys. Okay, how do I say this? Rod Brind'Amour was one of my favorite players, like watching the game for everything that he did. As a coach, I think he's like absolutely, dude, he complains to the refs. He's a non-start barker. He flips out all the time. I don't like the way he handled himself. Like the thing is, dude, there's a time to get angry and there's a time to relax. Paul Maurice is perfect at it. He'll like once in a while do a little bit of a snap job and then he'll joke. He's cerebral. What I saw from Brind'Amour and the way he had another idiot desperate move. You put in the backup instead of it's not Anderson's fault. Yeah. These guys weren't doing it. And then in a game you actually played really, really well in. I'm telling you, I watched every single minute of both series. 5. Carolina was the better team for a lot of this series, and they lost in 5. They just kept allowing
goals. They just kept getting scored on, yeah.
That's what Florida does, though, Drew.
They capitalize.
Not just capitalize. When you're happy they're at their best. When you celebrate a goal, they're like, fuck you. We'll score 3 in a minute and a half. The minute they're almost like a python. Like when you're vulnerable, they're ready to pounce on you.
That's the thing too. If once Florida scores 1, they're like, all right, here we go. And it's like bang, bang, bang.
It's like a mountain lion. They're waiting on the perch, and they see you, and you're just about had a couple beers at the campfire and nodding off. The minute you think you're comfortable, next thing you know, you're in your sleeping bag and you got your fucking hole in your neck. That's what they are, like a real panther. Like the panther, he jumps on, like he's coming at you hard.
That's true. It's true.
They are a panther.
I know. You're exactly right.
And the Hurricanes are a hurricane. They blow away with nothing.
The one thing I'll say, Cam, I hated Paul Maurice trying to steamroll Brindamore for wanting to shake the players' hands and being all holier than thou, I don't shake players' hands because I'm the coach and blah blah blah. And then meanwhile, 2 series ago against Tampa, you're in the handshake line. What are you talking about?
Another thing is, the big point is, Paul Maurice coached Rod Brindamore when he was with the Carolina Hurricanes. These guys know each other, and he treats him like he's not even like a buddy anymore. And that's another thing. Brindamore, you can do whatever you want. You're right, Drew. Great point by you again. This line shit, Maurice even looked at him and go, he basically said, what the fuck is going on here? When he turned around, he's like, what's happening?
If I was Brindamore, I would be like, get the fuck out of here, Paul. I'm going to go shake your players' hands. No.
But the thing is, Brindamore knows that he doesn't the thing with Brindamore is, I know Maurice can do some weird stuff, Drew, but Brindamore was the problem because he didn't know how, he panicked. Let's just call it this. Him and DeBoer basically were panicked coaches in these series.
Well, it shows the playoff format, Cam, isn't it needs to go back to 1v8. Both these series would have been the matchups in round 1 if it was proper playoff format, Cam.
I understand that, Drew, but
Carolina, Cam, would not have been the Eastern Conference Final if the proper format was there because the Metro was so bad. Florida.
I agree with you. Are the Leafs better than Carolina? Yes. Are they better than Florida? No. But Carolina played really good.
Okay, would you have picked? Do you think the Leafs would have beat Carolina?
Yes.
That's my point. I think
even you think that you're not even you're a Colorado fan.
I think Tampa probably beats Carolina too.
The thing about Florida is they were vulnerable. I watched the games. Carolina was all over them for certain parts. I'm like, what the hell? But know what they do? They score. Aho plays a little bit good. These that guy Sheftakot, he's another guy. Where have you been? And Kotkaniemi, he actually cost him that game. And if they win,
is the king of if you hit him, loses game.
Oh, dude, he's yeah, you're right. Yeah. He's a straight up floater. And I'll tell you another thing, Drew. They had that game in the back. The stupid offensive penalty changed the whole spectrum of the game. The whole spectrum of the game. It was crazy.
All right, Cam. Before we get into our Stanley Cup Final preview, we got a little ad read from our boys at HOF. We've all been there. Your parlay's one leg away, and the opposing team scores an empty netter, or your golfer double bogeys 15 to lose on
every Sunday.
Yeah. Sound familiar? The HOF app is built to fix that. Started by 2 lifelong sports fans who also happen to be Ivy League grads. HOF makes parlay research smarter, faster, and data-driven. It's a full analytics engine. The HOF app gives you advanced stats, historic data, powerful tools to help you bet smarter. You'll get an idea of your parlay chances to hit and identify weak legs so you can weed them out before you place them. Whether it's the MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, or college sports, the app gives you beautiful charts, clean visuals, and the real insight. They
do good work. Work that I don't have time to put in.
You should know too, Cam, because parlays don't have to be dumb bets with HOF. They aren't. Speaking of, for game 1, I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at all the stats for Oilers, their historic data for Florida against Edmonton, including last year's Stanley Cup Final. And they've proven already, Cam, in 3 clicks. I know Bouchard in the last year's final had 9 shots in Game 7, 4 in Game 6, 1-0, 7-3, 7. And then I look at Verhaeghe. He was 3-1, 3-6, 3-4, 3. That means Bouchard and Verhaeghe 3 shots each, Cam. Parlays plus 430. I now have something that hits 71% of the time, giving me plus 430 odds. And I found that in 2 seconds thanks to the HOF app. That'll be my biggest bet for game 1, Cam, plus 430. And for a limited time only, Cam, our listeners get a 7-day free trial and 50% off their first month when they use code DrewStew at checkout. Just download the HOF app on iOS or Android. Enter code DrewStew, and you're all set.
Is it all in lowercase? It's lowercase? All one
word?
All
caps.
Oh, all caps, one word. One word.
Yes.
No space. Okay. See, because you got to tell people, sometimes I screw up with that stuff, but we'll wrap up hockey before we get to the Stanley Cup Finals. Sorry, the conference finals. You're absolutely right, Drew, but I'll say this about one sport, hockey. It's different than any other sport. It is the closest sport to life. It doesn't matter if you outshoot a team, dominate them for periods. It's all about can you get through your problems, and can you pounce on when another team has problems? And that's it.
Tim, I'm not a big I like analytics when it comes to like the.
But hockey's a sport that doesn't it's
the eye test is just as important.
Way more important.
I don't know if it's way more important, but it's I hate when people are like, "Oh, analytics are 90% of the game," and blah. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You can tell me all you want about how Matthias Ekholm's not good in the offensive zone. It's like, you know who I want defending my guy? Matthias Ekholm.
I agree with you, Drew. And another thing is Carolina. Sure, they get a million fucking shots and stuff, but who cares? They're not winning these games. Oh, they're Corsi and puck possession. Give me a fucking break. Do they score big goals? No. Does their power play do anything? No. Like, look at Edmonton. Look at Dallas. Their power play sucked. That was another reason they lost that series.
It's like, Carolina had 17 high danger chances. Florida only had 6. Yeah, the score was 6-1 though. Ask me if I care about the high danger
Exactly, man. You get it, Drew. That's the thing. Like, you know what? Everything is a tool to help you. But if you're not watching and relying on just like that shit, then you're not doing your due diligence. Like, you have to watch.
Like, here's the deserve to win meter. Oh, this team deserved to win 90% of the time. Oh,
deserve
but they lost.
To win. Like, have you welcome to life? You start off sometimes with a good day and it turns to shit, and sometimes shit days turn good. You never know what's going to happen, and that's the whole thing. Hockey's a different sport. You have to like grind through it, and bad things are going to happen. Like in football, usually the better team wins. In baseball, you get more at bats as a better team. Probably hockey though. You get a hot goaltender, doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
Well, even in football though, Cam, like if let's say a quarterback throws a pick six, all of a sudden the team with the quarterback that threw the pick six is going to get more yards in the game because they're on offense more. So it's like at the end of the game, like, oh look, they outgained them by 300 yards. It's like,
except for Tennessee,
he threw a pick six. It's like
except for Will Levis. How's his Hellman's deal doing? Is it done?
I have no idea. But like, the guys like Jameis Winston who throw 300 yards passing, you're like, oh look, he threw 300 yards. Like, yeah, but he also threw 200 to the other team. Like,
I still had a nightmare about that game versus Denver, Drew. Like I can't. Like I'm like literally, it's not even football season. I'm like thinking about, wow, remember that night when Cleveland could just whatever.
Kills me.
I know. Let's talk Stanley Cup.
For game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, Cam. The Panthers are plus 110. The Oilers are minus 130. The series price is plus 100 Panthers, minus 120 Oilers. Oilers have home ice advantage. Conn Smythe odds. McDavid minus 110. Bobrovsky plus 250. Barkov plus 500. Draisaitl plus 800. And Tkachuk 25-1. First, let's start with your game 1 picks, Cam, before we get into your series choice.
I'll take the Oilers in game 1. I think their home ice advantage is real. The fans there have done a great job. It's interesting. You see a team's growth by when Edmonton's fans were so rabid and things went bad, it used to hurt the Oilers. Now they feed upon it. They're like a team that's just continually maturing. The total, there'll probably be goals in the series, but I like Edmonton first and first game, and I like them over the number, but we'll play it live too. I don't know what
I'm
going to
take Florida in game 1, Cam. I think,
wow,
like the Frisky Cats, all playoffs, man. They're good on the road. I think it's just going to be. We'll talk about how I think the series is going to go in a sec.
Okay.
But Cam, my Conn Smythe picks. I'm making 2 bets. Draisaitl at 8-1 because everyone's like, oh, McDavid this.
No.
That.
Yeah, no, sorry, quickly, and then I'll stop.
Okay.
You could have got plus 160. That ship has sailed. Because if Edmonton wins, it could have been McDavid. But now you're getting the same price as the fucking series, so there's no point in betting him Conn Smythe.
No.
All the value is gone.
Cam, he only has 1 more point than Draisaitl and 1 less goal. Why is he minus 110 when Draisaitl's plus 800?
Well,
all it takes is Dry to have 1 hat trick, and he's the favorite to win the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. And another thing is, even when he lost last year, they give it to him. It's like one of those face of the franchise.
Dude, the writers you're right. Writers are like, I don't want to give it to him again.
Writers are also, they're lazy. Like, they don't like really pay attention to what's going on. Like, no offense to some writers here, but like they do it in baseball too. It's like, are you guys watching what's happening here?
Well, it's like I won the bet at the Four Nations for betting McKinnon to win MVP, but like McDavid scored the OT winner and had the most points, and I was like, oh, and they're like, McKinnon's the MVP, and I was like, what? Sick? I was like, how did he get it?
Exactly. But yeah, and that's the whole thing. So you have to look. I like your Draisaitl look, and crazy enough, you can either go if you're on to take a flyer. It's not going to happen because these guys aren't popular. But Nugent, Hopkins, or Skinner.
Yeah, he won't get it just because
that's I'm saying. But Draisaitl, you're right. If you want to take a flyer, you take Draisaitl.
And then the Florida side, I like Bobrovsky plus 250. I know it's not great odds, but
that's fine.
He's second in save percentage, third in goals against average, leading the NHL and wins in the playoffs. Like if they win, it's probably him. If not, Matthew Tkachuk, second on the team in points, only 1 point behind Barkov. If he has a big finals, 25-1 is pretty good. Like all he needs is like 4 or 5 goals in the series, and he's instantly the Conn Smythe favorite. I
agree. That's the whole thing, and good on you, Drew, for mentioning that. Like back in the day, there used to be ways to attack, like McDavid plus 210 instead of betting the Oilers, just bet him for Conn Smythe. But now the books aren't stupid. Everyone figured out the math, and it's not hard to figure out. You just look at it and go, okay.
That's why I think Bobrovsky, if you think Florida wins the series, Bobrovsky, Conn Smythe plus 250 is probably the bet.
Yeah, so you're getting a team that's basically a pick'em, so you're getting 2.5 times the value of Bobrovsky, because he is, like, out of 100%, if Florida wins, Bobrovsky, I think 3 out of 4, like 75%, he would be the guy, would he not?
Yeah. Unless one of the players goes off, I think Bobrovsky's the Conn Smythe.
Correct.
Unless it's like 7-game series and every game's 5-4 or something stupid.
Yep.
All right, your series pick, Cam. Who's it
Oilers and 7.
So you think the trend continues? Gretzky loses the first time, comes back and repeats. Crosby first time, comes back, repeats. Now McDavid first time, comes back.
If you're a Florida Panther fan too, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this team has broken my heart, my soul. They've destroyed me. You should probably, it's kind of like people say with my stubbornness with the Tennessee Titans, like, why don't you just get off them and get, or like bet against them? But no, I think Edmonton now is a different team. They figured it out. They have home ice advantage. I got to believe it, Drew. I think they can win in 6. But Skinner's got to do what he did against Dallas.
I'm picking Florida in 5, Cam.
Oh my God, help me! Why? I just think they're. Why do you always have to be the antagonist,
Kim?
Like you did, like every time. Like
everyone
even me
is on the Oilers. You know that.
I know.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Florida's not the same as last year. Edmonton has McDavid now. They're coming back to the Cup final. They want it." Cam, I think Zach Hyman's injury is bigger.
These guys.
Cam, I think Hyman's injury is bigger than you think. Like,
what's wrong? No, they had Skinner scored a game back. They have 2 Skinners.
Yeah, and now he's scratched for game 1.
What?
He's scratched for game 1 now.
What? Okay.
I think the Panthers are better on paper. I know they don't have McDavid and Draisaitl, but I think they're better than last year. Their team is better than last year.
You're bringing up so many good points, but Drew, you don't understand. I just can't do it.
I know.
Like, I know it's a heart bet. I'm scared. You got to admit, though, Edmonton's a hell of a lot more mature than they were the last time. They went to 7 last time. They're better, too.
I just think Florida now has the experience.
5 is ridiculous, though. But then again, I yelled at you for 5 in the other series. But like that, I don't know. Carolina
better on every position. Like, and I think Skinner, like, can Skinner do it again in net?
I don't know, man.
I think he's the key. If Skinner plays out of his mind like he did in the final,
then Edmonton wins.
If regular season Skinner shows up, it's like,
if average Skinner play, if he does average, I still think they win. If he's just, the only reason I think they lose is if he shits the bed.
Cam, average Skinner's not that great. It's like,
I don't know. New Skinner looks pretty damn good. Hey, Super Nintendo Chalmers.
I can't do it.
You're damn right.
Everyone is picking Edmonton. I can't do it.
I know, Drew. I know, and it's a recipe for lost units. I just can't bet. I'm not, dude. I had Florida last year against Edmonton. I won money. I actually gave in.
Sweep, Cam. I was going to win almost $2,000 for the sweep, and they were up 3-0, and I didn't cash out because I was like, oh, no point cashing out. I was stupid.
Dude, I had Carolina 7-1 if they didn't fucking collapse in that game. Like, I took them when they were down nothing. One book offered for them to win 2 games in the series or more, 7-1. And I'm like, it's 2-0. I'm sitting there going, this is amazing. And then ding, ding, ding. Then here come the Cats.
Oh, that period when they scored 5 in the second, I was like, what the hell?
How did like, hockey's fucked. Like, it's just one of those sports. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Drew, and another thing, there's 2 goals. Like, you got to be up like 3 or 4 to like take a team's will away. Two goals is like
3 is not really.
No, 3 you could even come back from. Yeah, you need 4. Like, if you're up 4 goals, you can break a team's will.
But I think if Edmonton wins game 1, that'll go a long way for them winning the series.
I agree.
If they lose game 1 at home, Florida will be smelling blood in the water, like we said, and it'll just be like, uh-oh, like, here we go again. It's just...
Edmonton's, the thing is, though, they play physical brand of hockey. They're more physical than they used to be. They're tougher than they used to be.
Cam, Florida plays the style where by game 7, they have you broken and battered. So
I know.
You don't want to play anymore.
It's the old St. Louis Blues Stanley Cup run. Every time they lost, they made sure that they hurt you, and eventually the other team got worn out.
So if Edmonton wins, it's got to be short. If it goes
6.
7, they're probably
I'm
losing.
going Edmonton in 6.
Which is fine. If it goes 7, I think Florida's got it.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
But I think it's Florida in 5. I think they're going to be hoisting the cup in McDavid's barn, and he's going to be crying again.
People hated me for like going against Edmonton in Canada. You're a real anti-Canadian. You have not bet on one Canadian team in the playoffs.
Whoa, I bet on the Leafs to beat Ottawa.
They're both Canadian numbnuts, aren't they? I'm talking about you're smart though. You got off the Leafs bandwagon. You knew they were going to lose.
I actually won our STPN bracket. We had all our employees do like the bracket.
Yeah,
I had
how
Florida
much?
in the final. I was the only one, so it made me win the bracket, even though I had Colorado on the other side.
How much?
Not much. It was
a couple hundred. Okay, it's
bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging rights. So bragging rights mean a lot in your neck of the woods. I'm on an email with these guys during football season. It's like one fantasy win, and you think they won the fucking Lotto 649.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun, though. I like the shit.
No, it's different. Like I'm older now and so beat down. You go, hey, Drew, your team sucks. Or you left that guy on the bench. It's like, well, yeah, I left a lot of good players on the bench.
Yeah, you should see my big money fantasy league. It's like people like stop talking to you for a week when you beat them. It's like,
yeah, no. Mine, I'm just old, and I'm like, I'll meet you at the mall. Here's your
at this point, it's like, yeah, you beat me in fantasy football. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. That's like I got other fucking real.
Let me
problems.
check my bets. Where
Exactly. That's what I say. My bets trump fantasy everything. But your guys are a lot of chatter in your league. Let's put it that way.
All right, Cam. Moving off the hockey.
Yeah.
So I got a crazy stat for you about the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if you heard this. I saw it on Twitter this week. So,
you see my Leggett? Remember my jersey with Leggett? Didn't he like watch a hockey game? Oh my God, they're killing each other. That guy is straight from like the farm, eh? Oh no, dude, I'm wearing that jersey everywhere now.
What's that guy? The guy from Waterboy, or talks like blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
The cross-eyed guy. That guy's the best.
Yeah, that's who he is.
I will tell you something about football. That guy's like, I don't even know what he's saying half the time. I love that guy.
That's legit. Okay, so Cam, listen to this. Fun fact: 2002, Ohio State wins the national championship, while the Carolina Panthers have a losing record. In 2003, Carolina opens the season against Jacksonville, goes to the Super Bowl. Fast forward to 2014, Ohio State wins the national championship. Again, the Panthers have a losing record, and in 2015, open the season against Jacksonville, go to the Super Bowl. 2024, Ohio State wins the national championship. Panthers have a losing record. This season coming up, they open the season against Jacksonville.
They're not going to the Super Bowl, but we'll take wins over this year.
Carolina Panthers can they go to the Super Bowl? 125-1.
Drew, can we just get better than last year? Because actually Tennessee was our problem. Carolina covered they had that nice little roll where we were on fire with
you hopped back on the right time when Bryce Young came back in, and I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I had a good feeling about that, but I was like Tennessee. You know me. That's my flaw in life, in betting. I'm too fucking forgiving. I think it can't happen again, but some guys are just so shit. It doesn't matter what they do. Dude, I'm not sure if Cam Ward's going to be that like out of the gate too. Like that team's got a lot of problems, man.
Oh yeah.
We're not taking Tennessee. You know what? We're not allowed to take them this year. I think we'll do it for the show, but they can't be in mineral packages or
and if we get into the Super Contest together,
Tennessee.
In the Super Contest, we have a team. We're not picking Tennessee on any.
No. We have to make rules. Like we can't let our biases affect.
No backup quarterbacks.
There's just shit that we're playing with real money. Like we can't be fucking around anymore.
So Cam, I know you don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, but I think sneaky to win the division, Carolina Panthers.
Well, that's the one division I think you can get better in. Tampa Bay's still good, but anything could happen. There could be injuries. Atlanta's this darling team. Who knows if Penix regresses? I actually like what I saw from Michael Penix. Then you look at Carolina. I like the fact they got McMillan, like that receiver from Arizona. That's going to help out because Thielen was their main option. They didn't really have.
Yeah, Leggett didn't really play well.
No, he didn't. What about the tight end position? No, what? No, they got a couple running backs. Their buddy was hurt the whole year. Was it Brooks? He was hurt.
Yeah, he's out again.
He's good. You know what the thing is? It's their defense. J.C. Horn needs to stay healthy, and they need those guys that they draft. Like their
I just think they could win a division with 10 wins. If you think they can get 10 wins,
I think Carolina will probably win this year. What do you think? What's their win? I got to check the win totals out. I think they're probably going to win 8 or 9 games.
You think they win 9? I think their win total is 7. So let me see. Hang on.
They'll win 8. I'll take over this year, and I won't. And that's not just I think Bryce Young looked a lot better too.
Carolina Panthers win total is 6.5. Cam,
buddy, we're going to bet it after the show.
Dude, over 7 is plus 150.
That's ridiculous. They're not that bad.
If you think they can go 8 and 9, get plus 150. I'll take it.
Tennessee's they're the problem.
Yeah, I feel like I might buy into them again because of their defense.
Stop. If we do a preview show and you don't ever put that thought in my head again.
I'm over 5.5 is plus money for Tennessee.
Stop. Just stop.
If Cam Ward can't be Will Levis, that's.
I don't know. All I know is no.
Yeah. All right, Cam, moving on. Stephon Diggs caught doing handing a pig substance to Instagram women on a boat.
Yeah, that looked like a real party there. What's up with this guy?
I see some of the comments, Cam. It was Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah. Oh, great. Next thing you know, I'm jumping in the water, and here's the prop. There I go.
Do you believe it was sea salt?
No, it was not. It was drugs, bro. It was some ecstasy.
You see him go, hey, don't waste all of it. He says it to the girls, and the people are like, oh,
I'm sure you're worried about Himalayan sea salt's wasting and get a fucking bag of this shit at Costco. Anyway, here's the deal. It's drugs. Diggs is an animal.
So do you think the Patriots should cut him? That's my question.
No. I think a lot of guys do shit. He's just stupid enough to film it.
I don't think it was him. I think it was one of the women.
Whatever. No phone. As I said before, and I've told you this a million times.
It's like when you go to a comedy show and they take your phone and put it in the bag before you go there.
Listen to the old guy. When you go to a party and bad things are happening, no social media. The minute you get it, you're in orbit or drunk or you're going to do something stupid, turn it off, find it, put it in a bag, a bowl, whatever the hell you got to do, hide it, because only bad things are going to happen.
You're a millionaire who's dating Cardi B, who's also a millionaire. Like, you guys need to have like a security guard who's like, hey, give me your phones before you get on this boat.
These guys it's like those idiots who don't, like, they go out in town and get wasted with guns and shit like that. Why don't you just invite everybody to your fucking mansion?
I know.
Hire personal people as the doormen, friends, and know what you do? You saw them off and go, this is going to happen a lot when we're going to have parties. Make sure if anybody, you got to frisk them, bring in weapons and phones. It's a very simple process here.
Yep.
These guys are just like, don't you think? Like, this is the world we're living in now, man.
That's the issue. All right, moving on. Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz reports that the Steelers have had preliminary conversations with multiple teams about potentially adding another playmaker on offense. Tomlin and the Steelers feel they need another weapon behind Metcalf. Cam, you just traded George Pickens 3 weeks ago. What do you mean you're panicking to find another weapon? Why did you trade the guy?
I don't know what the Steelers are doing, to be honest with you.
And Cam, apparently their number one target is Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins. That's going to be your big thing.
I like Jonnu Smith. I like Jonnu Smith, but it's not
like that much better than Freiermuth.
Barely, you're right.
Yeah, I'm not.
Freiermuth's probably a better blocker too.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm not saying I'm not. Oh no, the Steelers got Jonnu Smith. Better watch out. Like, you guys had Pickens and Metcalf. That was a great duo.
Who is quarterbacking this team?
So apparently Aaron Rodgers is still
whatever.
I think
he's not doing nothing.
I think he's going to be a Steeler, but he doesn't want to go to training camp.
Let's take a look at the Steelers depth chart right now. You want to laugh?
Mason Rudolph's their starter.
Yep. See their backup? The guy's like a 27 rating. It's oh God, it's so bad, Drew. Let's take a look at Pittsburgh Steelers depth chart. Oh, dude, it's so bad.
Watch I got to hear it. Will Howard.
Yep. Will Howard just got drafted from friggin' Syracuse, for God's sake. So
Ohio
State.
They
have Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, and there's their third stringers. Who's you got their depth chart? Give me their depth
Skylar
chart.
Thompson's a third stringer. He's not that bad. Skylar Thompson.
Okay. So you have the Dolphins' former third string quarterback who had one good, he played the Bills, but the Bills were horrible that day. So you have a third string quarterback, a kid who got drafted in the 4th round from Syracuse, and Mason Rudolph.
5th round from Ohio State.
Oh, sorry. Will Howard's from Ohio State. Sorry, he used to play. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting guys mixed up. Yes. Yeah, Will Howard. Okay.
National champion, Cam.
Hold on. Mason Rudolph. Backup.
Sucks. He's proven in the playoffs he can't win.
Will Howard.
Champion.
From college, who just got drafted. And a guy who never... That is the worst quarterback trio in the history. I'm sorry. How bad is that?
Yeah, it's not great.
Obviously, you can't start the season with that. Something has to change. They have to do something.
Honestly, if I'm them and that's my trio, I'm starting Will Howard. What Mason Rudolph's going to give you? His ceiling's 9 wins and a wild card playoff appearance.
You might be right. Just because Will Howard played on Ohio State. They had one of the best offensive line, running game, and great receivers. So put it away, people. There's a reason he didn't go.
Brock Purdy.
What?
He reminds you of Brock Purdy. You protect him. He can.
You know what, Drew? I got to give you credit. You're really on point right now. He has a lot of Brock Purdy in him, but the difference is, remember, the Niners had a great line too. So if you can protect Will Howard,
how bad Purdy was when the left tackle was out.
That's my point. If they have any problems on the offensive line, he's dead.
Oh yeah.
There's no, Will Howard could run, but reading, it's going to take a couple, you can't just jump into the NFL and go, hey man, I'm going to be amazing. Very few people are Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson. Yeah, but those are special cases.
Dak Prescott did it.
Yeah, but he hasn't got any better.
No, but I'm saying like he proved like the rookie style like dink and dunk works. So I think like what are the Steelers going to do? They're going to be
the thing about the Steelers, they have one advantage: they have a great defense. So just don't fuck it up.
Exactly.
Don't do what Tennessee does and give the ball away.
If you score 17 points, you probably win 10 games as a Steelers quarterback.
You know what? That's. Again, you hit the target, Drew.
All right, so Aaron Rodgers, Cam says he's still waiting to decide whether or not he wants to play in 2025.
Who cares?
Steelers fans are pissed at him because he wasn't at OTAs, and I was like, he's not under contract. Why would you be mad at him?
Yeah, don't be pissed. Just the guy won't make a decision.
Cam, even on Fox Sports, they got some of the analysts going like, Aaron Rodgers needs to be at OTAs. You're a veteran and blah. I'm like, he's not under contract.
The guy never goes to these OTAs. And by the way, he's not even playing for anybody.
That's what I mean.
What the hell are these people talking about? You know what, Rodgers, though? Stop holding teams hostage and just say, I don't want to play football anymore. I'm sick and tired of this.
Yeah, exactly. Every press conference.
I told you this was going to happen, and it's actually worse than I anticipated.
He loves being the center of attention. Cam.
Oh, dude, this guy's like a child. Give him a toy.
He's going on Rogan's podcast, and he told Rogan.
Oh, yeah, great.
He talked for 3.5 hours, Cam, and he told him, no talk about football. You're a quarterback. What are you talking about?
Then he goes on McAfee's show every fucking Wednesday and talks about football. So, you know what? Whatever, AR. Do your thing.
All right. Before we get out of here, we got some questions for you, Cam.
Sure.
First one from Jason. What's the most surprising team of this NHL season for Cam, and what's the most disappointing?
Most surprising, like during the regular season?
Or like, I guess in the entire season.
Washington. I didn't see the Capitals.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think
the Capitals were going to be this good. I thought they were going to be like barely there. Disappointing. New Jersey. Actually, I have another one too. I'll give you disappointing in both. New Jersey had injuries, but who fucking cares? They should have been better. And Nashville. I expected the Nashville Predators to be very, very there. Nashville is the answer to this question.
Good
the Predators,
call, because they signed everybody last summer.
Fucking dude, at the start of the year, I'm looking at these guys going, it's them or Dallas in the West. They were my other choice after Dallas, Drew. If you go back and check the tapes, I said Dallas or Nashville goes to the Stanley Cup Final. Nashville didn't even make the fucking playoffs.
It wasn't even close. Idiot. Yeah, they weren't even close.
Nashville's the answer to disappointment.
I'd say for me, it'd probably like the Sabres might be mine. Like I thought they were going to come out and actually have a decent
Vancouver was a disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sabres are always a disappointment.
I know, but I thought it was going to be finally step up.
No, Drew, I've been thinking that for the last. It's kind of like what we hope for with stuff. The Sabres are they're the Sabres. They'll find a way to fuck it up. And I really want to. And as a Leaf fan, I don't even hate the Sabres. They're actually the team that, like, if the Leafs don't do, like, I don't mind the Buffalo Sabres. I actually kind of like them. I don't like Ottawa, Florida, Boston, Tampa Bay. Those are the teams I really detest. Like, I have no issue with the Buffalo Sabres.
Steve dislikes the Sabres because he said they scarred him when he was younger with Dominic Hasek constantly beating the Leafs. He's like,
well, I was older. And it's like the Leafs, but you tell Steve, he's younger than me. The Leafs, everybody fucking scars the Leafs. So don't worry about it. Put them on the list. Does Florida not scar the Leafs? Does Tampa Bay? Does Boston? Buffalo in the past?
I feel like the only one in the division that hasn't really scarred them is Detroit.
You're right, Drew.
All right, Cam. Next one from Alice. If Cam could pick one place outside of North America to live and one place inside of North America to live, what would be his cities of choice? Outside
of North America? What a question. Where's it legal to do whatever the hell I want?
A lot of places. Amsterdam?
Yeah. Amsterdam seems pretty good. Yeah, that's somewhere in Europe.
I feel like you could be a Thailand guy. You're like the old retired of Thailand
guy.
The
way Hainzer, the Asian Lotus, this guy's like, he's gone to Malaysia, Thailand, whatever. This guy's not coming home. I looked at his place for like $50. He's got a pool in the backyard. Like, if you want to stretch your dollar, like Vietnam and those places seem pretty damn good. Not too hot for me. Too many poisonous snakes. I have to say no. So
you're a European guy, I think. I think you'd be like Scotland or Ireland or something.
Yeah. Where else? Man, these questions are too hard. Costa Rica. Because even though it's hot, there's a lot of gambling stuff there. Good tax haven. Yeah, I'll go to Costa Rica. Place in North America I've always wanted to live in. I've always wanted to live in Washington State.
Really?
Yeah, like outside of Seattle.
Fair.
Because it's close to Canada still, and I can still go to Seahawks games and Washington games and stuff like that. Like, and if I had to live in probably Spokane, Washington, where Gonzaga is, it's beautiful there. But I just did some research. They got a lot more murders and crime than I thought.
I'd probably pick like Arizona somewhere. Like
actually, great call, Drew. That's actually my second choice. Arizona has legalized gambling.
Yep.
It's like, it is hot as hell, but you get air conditioning.
Yeah.
And it's very close to Vegas and golf and all the other things that we can do. Good call. Arizona is the right answer, Drew.
Yeah, or maybe like North Texas, where like it's not too hot, but like No income tax.
Texas, too many things can go wrong there. Arizona's
fair.
I don't want to.
Too many taxes in California. So
actually, you're right about like Texas and Florida. I'll never live in Florida, dude. I'll be dead there.
Oh no,
dude.
Disney World, and that's it.
Disney World. I went to Orlando and almost like went in jail for walking up to a drive-through. What's going to happen one night if I actually do something dangerous?
Oh, okay. Well, I meant for like
I'm in jail, bro.
Family trip with the kids.
Family trip. You'd have to pay me to go to Florida.
All right, last one from Lindsay. Does Cam read? Would love to know his favorite book.
I used to read books all the time. I won the back in the day. We used to do the MS Readathon when I was a child. And
MS Readathon, what the hell?
Yeah, they basically sponsor you and you read books. And I read like 37 books as a kid and stuff like that. My favorite book was like I got into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so I read that book and then
There's no way the history of the world your favorite book is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
When I was a kid, it was.
Okay, well, like right as an adult,
I haven't read a book as an adult. I can't lie in like 3 years. I read magazines.
Fair.
Preferably sports, college. I read college football magazines that are like thicker than my head.
I pictured you being like one of those old guys reading like Tom Clancy novels, my
dad. Yeah, like I get my dad like books, and I used to read all the time, Drew. But I'm gonna be honest with you, with the job, it's just like sports stuff and gambling stuff. And I watch murder mysteries.
The only time I read is on vacation. I'll go through a book or two on vacation with the wife, and that's it.
I read a newspaper.
Just reading a book.
Newspaper. I still buy a newspaper every once in a while to read. I like to look at the old school newspaper.
Yeah, I wish we still got newspapers to the door. I wish I could do that.
See, I shouldn't even admit that, but no, I haven't read a book in years.
That's fair. Last one I read was Project Hail Mary for the viewers. Great book.
Project Hail Mary.
About space travel.
Oh, space travel. It sounds like the Washington Commanders playbook.
Yeah, it's true. Canadian Open, Cam, before we get out of here. So they're playing at Osprey Valley, which is the course I will be doing.
Near me.
I'll be doing the 54-hole thing I told you about at this course in 2 weeks from now. So
Osprey Valley's nice. It's in Caledon.
It'll be pretty good.
I want to go to the Canadian Open. Drew, you want to go?
I mean, it's only 30 minutes from my house, so we could.
Yeah, it's actually closer to you than me.
Oh, way closer to me than you.
Dude, it's like 20 minutes from your place. It's like 40 from mine. Yeah. 45.
Right up.
It's not that far.
My thing is, I don't know where the players are staying because it's in Orangeville. There's not really like hotels and stuff there.
Caledon, is it not?
It's Caledon / Orangeville. It's like in between the two.
And how do you get out of there like that? Like, is there a way to like? I got to believe the traffic's going to be absolutely brutal. Like, do they have multiple
It can't. It's just here, Ontario. That's it. Highway 10. That's it.
That's not good.
No, it's gonna be insane. Okay, so odds, Cam. Rory McIlroy is the overwhelming favorite at plus 430. In second place is Corey Connors plus 1700. Then you got Lowry, McIntyre. What do you think about Nick Taylor 37-1 to repeat?
No, I like actually. He played really well last week.
Yeah, he just put it in the water. When he did that, I was like, no.
No, I know my buddy had Nick Taylor to win like 16 grand. He got
Scotty Scheffler, Cam, like this guy, just fuck off, stop winning.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Tip for everybody else now. I have a book, and all of them have it now. Betting without Scheffler. Just
yeah.
Don't even like if Scheffler's in a tournament. I don't even want to deal with him anymore. My betting without Scheffler, your guy's a little bit less. Who cares? Scheffler will ruin your Sunday. He's under 3-1 in every tournament. So I really don't know what to say other than bet without Scheffler. Canadian Open, I would take a look at who else will play well.
I will say, Cam, having played this course before, you need to be super accurate. The greens are very small.
Sunjay M, 35-1. Robert McIntyre, 33-1. He's Scottish. Who else will do well here? Alex Noren is my dark horse, 60-1.
What do you think of this? So they got a boosted 3-leg Canadian parlay. Connors, Hughes, and Taylor all top 20 is plus 1800.
Need more.
Fair.
It sounds like, trust me, I do those boosts all the time because they look so good. Two out of the three will win, and one guy. It's almost impossible to get all three in the top 20. But
I'm kind of feeling Nick Taylor, Cam.
Nick Taylor's good. Nick Taylor's hot. Out of all the guys, I would probably pick Taylor. Connors will do well too because he hits it straight. Hadwin's kind of going through. He's struggling a little bit right now.
Hadwin won't even make the cut.
I like Hadwin. He's actually he golfs with my buddy all the time. He's a really nice guy.
I'm trying to think of a very long shot that could surprise.
I told you Noren.
You always love Noren though.
Okay, you want another one?
What about your boy Victor Perez?
Hold on. How long is the course playing, Drew?
I don't know how they've.
I don't think it's that long.
I'm assuming they've added some yards to it though, like with the tees. TPC Osprey Valley score.
I got one for you.
So it's playing 7,700. That's pretty long.
Eric Cole, 90.
Eric Cole, 90. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Our boy Charlie Hoffman, first round leader.
Charlie Hoffman. I love that guy. Fuck.
He's just the first round leader king.
Yeah, he does pretty good. Carl, watch out for Phillips Screwdriver. Not Phillips. Carl Phillips is his name. 160 to 1. He's one of the hot young players on tour that nobody knows.
And Phillips. First round leader, I'm going to take your boy out.
I'll get first round leader all day. Give me the first round leader prices.
So we got Rory 12, Noren 50.
Give me Noren, first round leader. Is Tommy Fleetwood there?
Fleetwood's not coming this year.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Damn it. First round leader, I'll find one.
I like Wyndham Clark, actually, first round leader, 60 to 1.
I like Robert McIntyre. I got one for you. This guy loves first round leads. Kashmir Keith Mitchell.
Ooh, okay. What about your you know who's very long off the tee, Cam, who could win this is Max Homa. He's very
Max Homa's starting to play better, man. He's starting to get like he's not. You know what? Jake Afternoon Nap might be a good sleeper. I can't believe I said nap sleeper. Sorry, that was pretty. Drew, I didn't mean to do it. Come on, that was pretty good, eh?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Jake Afternoon Nap is a sleeper pick at 75 to 1.
I'm going to take Homa, Woodland, Noren, and your boy.
For first round leader?
Yeah, I need one more first round leader.
Okay, I'm going to take
Woodland, Homa.
No, what might be a good first round leader? Burns.
Sam Burns?
Yeah, what's he at?
Is he long? Is he long off the tee, though?
He's fair. He's there.
What about Cam Young? Is he long off the tee?
No, Cam Young is a notorious Thursday warrior. Man, this is tough. Chris Goddard. No, I'm taking Jake Knapp as a great first round pick.
All right, I'm adding him then. So I got Knapp, Homa, Woodland, and Noren first round leader. Done.
I love that. I'll go Knapp, Noren, and Keith Mitchell as my first 3-pack, and I'll find more.
Mitchell. All right, perfect. All right, that does it for this week of Drew and Stu. Cam, any final thoughts for the viewers as they get out here?
I took the Calgary Stampeders over 6.5 win total in the CFL. Their quarterback is...
When does that start? Next week?
Dude, this week. Thursday is the opener of the season. And another thing is, you know who their quarterbacks are? They had old BC quarterback, and you know who their backup is, Drew? Former NFLer P.J. Walker.
Oh, is he in the CFL now?
Yeah, dude, yeah, he's a back. And that's actually good.
I don't think he'd work in CFL. He's got little hands.
He can run. He can move.
I feel like CFL, you want a guy that can sling it down the field, and I don't know.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, their win total's too low. 6.5 over.
All right, and who's your Grey Cup pick right now? Give me 10 seconds.
Grey Cup pick. BC Lions.
BC Lions. All right. Heard it here first. Cam thinks.
And Hamilton. Toronto will take a step back, under 11.5 wins. Hamilton over, Ottawa over, Calgary over. And Toronto, Winnipeg under. There.
Cam's usually good at the CFL betting, so listen to him when it comes to that. I will be placing a bet on the BC Lions. I guess you can't have Stampeders against the Lions in the Grey Cup. So
I can't, Drew. Well, actually, no, we can't do that. No.
Yeah, I'll pick Stampeders to win the division on a long shot. We'll see if that happens.
Just take their wins over. Can we take one step at a time? There's no need to climb the whole.
I like taking 4
building.
steps at a time. Okay?
I know you do. You love turning 5 to 1s into 50 to 1s. That's true.
That's my thing. All right. Yep. That does it for today's show. Please click like. Please click subscribe. Please rate and review on all audio platforms. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite bets for the Canadian Open are, who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup Final, how many games it's going to go, who's going to win Conn Smythe, and everything else, and questions for Cam. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next week.